Alright, this is a brief tutorial about this week's outdoor assignment. Now look what we're doing here. We are finding summer constellations. This is the same activity you did 5 weeks ago, which means the Earth has been moving in its path around the sun this whole time, and now we're millions of miles from where we were 5 weeks ago in our path around the sun. So this means if you go outside at the same time of night that you did last time, and look in the same southern direction, you'll be looking more over here. This means all of your constellations will have shifted some to the right or to the west since the last time you saw them. So here's what I mean. Here's an image of the sky as it was 5 weeks ago. But let's keep the time the same, but advance the days to the current day. Now notice as the Earth moves around the sun, those summertime constellations are drifting more and more to the west. Okay, so let's review how to find these summer constellations again. Go out around 10 p.m. sometime this week, just like it says in your field guide. And just like last time, you look for that cross shape, something called the Northern Cross. And that bright star Deneb is the top of the cross. And the long post of the cross points generally west or a little southwest. Last time it was pointing mostly southwest. This week it's going to be pointing mostly west. How do you know you found the Northern Cross? Well, use your hand measurements. The height of the cross is about 25 degrees, or about the length of your thumb and pinky, spread out. You should also see the crossbar of the cross. It's about 15 degrees in length. That's from your index finger to your pinky when they're spread out. Deneb will be fairly bright, and the other stars of the cross will be prominent compared to the other stars around it. The cross is in the body of Cygnus, and the wings fan out from the cross beam. The long post of the cross is the body and neck of the swan. So another way to be sure that you have found Cygnus is by using the Big Dipper. Turn to the north, find the Big Dipper. At this time of year, at this time of night, the Big Dipper will look about like this in the sky. So just like before, we number the stars, 1, 2, 3 in the handle, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the bowl. Straight up from the Big Dipper is the Little Dipper. Its two brightest stars are Polaris, the North Star, and Kokab. And here's what you do. Going from star 5, the bottom of the bowl of the Big Dipper, draw a line through Kokab, and then just keep going. Well, the first pretty bright star you come to, a ways up, will be Deneb, the tail of Cygnus the swan. That's kind of a way to double check that you're really looking at Cygnus. From there, once you're sure you have Cygnus, now you can use it to find the other constellations. Get your body in a position where you're facing west or a little southwest, the direction the swan looks like it's flying, and stretch out your thumb and pinky again, measuring the height of the cross, putting your thumb on Deneb, and then keep your thumb on Deneb and then rotate your pinky counterclockwise to the right of the cross until your pinky gets really close to a very bright star. That star is Vega, the brightest star of Lyra the Lyre. Now you can actually double check that using the Big Dipper again. You can actually find Vega using the Big Dipper. It's really neat. Turn to the north, face the Dipper, using stars 5 and 4 in the bowl, draw a line up through them, and then just keep going. The very first fairly bright star you come to will be Vega. Again, that's a good way to double check that you're actually looking at Vega. You can also use Cygnus to find Altair, the brightest star of Aquila. Just look to the left side of the cross, drawing a line from Deneb straight between the middle star and the left star of the cross, and follow it down until you come to another bright star. That is Altair. And from there you can try to make out the diamond shape of the eagle's wings and the head coming down from that. The eagle will be flying in the same general direction that the swan is flying. You can also use Cygnus to find Hercules. Go to the middle star and the right star in the cross beam of the Northern Cross. And now make an X using those two stars through the bright star Vega. And from there you'll come to two of the stars in the body of Hercules. Now keep in mind, Hercules isn't as easy to see. These stars are pretty faint, but once you find them, you'll be able to make out the basic shape of Hercules. Now, if you want, you can find other constellations that we haven't talked about yet in the course. Ophiuchus, Scorpius, Sagittarius. For many of you, you will not be able to see all of these because they aren't visible above the horizon at this time of year. But if you want to try, you can always use the online planetarium to see if you can locate some of these constellations. Make sure when you draw these stars that you include the meridian in your drawing. The meridian is that imaginary line that runs from north, straight over your head, to due south. Now note, this is a 2-page activity. Look to the next page after you draw your constellations. This is where you write down any observations comparing your first drawing from page 5 and this drawing that you just did on page 10. This is one reason why drawing the meridian is so important for these outdoor activities. It gives you a way to